All right, so do you want to go first? This was your idea?
Sounds good to me. First off, welcome to everybody. If you're here on the live, welcome. If you're catching this on the YouTube afterwards, welcome.
Welcome, right?
Why were you not on our live?
Right. All right.
If you're currently lurking in the preview screen for this live, come join us. We're telling ghost stories.
Ooh, on Halloween.
All right. So this first story. First off, can you hear me okay? I messed with some of my mic settings earlier.
Oh yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. All right, so this first story. When I was in elementary school, I shared a queen-size bed with my older sister. And our family dog, a mutt that looked like a short-haired lassie, would sleep at the foot of our bed every night. When I was about 6 years old, I woke up one night around midnight and saw a dark figure standing at the foot of the bed. The figure was entirely in black, without any eyes or a face. I tried to wake my sister up, but she rolled over to go back to sleep. My sister must have accidentally kicked the dog, because the dog woke up and raised her head and started growling at the figure at the foot of the bed. The growling then woke my sister up, and she saw the figure and started screaming. When my parents came into the room and turned on the light, nothing was there. To this day, both my sister and I are adamant that we saw a ghost or demon in our room. We know we aren't crazy because the dog saw it too.
Very nice. I'm sorry, they said faceless figure, the black faceless figure, and I'm like, it's a shadow guy. It's a shadow being. I was very excited about that. Yeah. All right. What's your?
We've had some similar experiences, so I believe it entirely.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I have absolutely no reason to doubt that one.
Nice. I mean, I love these kind of stories. It makes me not feel alone because I've also seen things.
Oh yeah. I think one of my first encounters with shadow spirits may have been more intense than some people's.
Yeah.
And it's because you get a lot of people that talk about their first encounters with shadow spirits, or shadow beings, whatever you want to call them. And they've got one that stands in the corner of their room and stares at them. My first encounter with shadow spirits was like an angry mob that was marching through my bedroom door, surrounded my bed, holding like shadow flames and everything. It was like a whole mid-century mob that just marched into my bedroom and surrounded my bed, just stood there staring at me with like shadow flames and everything. And I just closed my eyes and went back to sleep. I'm like, I am clearly losing my mind.
Right? All right, we ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay, this one's called The Grandmas in the Cemetery. Jeff, a resident of Dayton, Ohio, was driving with his 3-year-old son Miles in the back seat when they passed by a modest cemetery decorated with only flowers and small plaques. It basically looked like a giant garden, Jeff explains in the podcast, Monsters Among Us. According to Jeff, as they drove by, his toddler, who'd been happily singing, abruptly stopped, pointed to the cemetery and exclaimed, "Look at all those people." Jeff turned to look, but didn't see a soul. Confused, he asked Miles what he was talking about. "All those people over there," his son replied. "There sure are a lot of grandmas." As Jeff tells it, chills ran down his spine as he asked his son what the people were doing. "They're all standing there looking down at the grass," Miles says, completely unsettled by the conversation. Jeff sped up and drove home. Later that same day, he says his young son was watching TV when he turned to Jeff and said, "You know, they weren't alive." Thinking Miles was referring to the cartoon, Jeff asked what he meant. Those people we saw, they were all paused, his son replied. I don't know if my kid has the sixth sense, Jeff says, or if he's just has a wild imagination.
Well, see, if you want to save your sanity, your child has a great imagination.
Right? Like Dante, there's blood in there.
Right? I'm like, there are just some things that kids say that you kind of, just for your own sanity, smile and nod, move about your life. But in reality, kids actually do still have a pretty deep connection to the spirit realm.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to know what he meant by they're paused. Like, were they just, like, not moving, frozen, paused?
That's weird.
That was what made me go, paused. That's an interesting way to say it.
Right?
All right. Your turn.
I'm like, was it just a glitch in the Matrix?
Right?
All right. And again, I have not vetted any of these stories. So I'm hearing them for the first time too. Okay. When I was around 12, my mother had to go out of town for a bit, and she left me home alone for a few days. She refused to give me a mobile phone because she figured she could just call me on the landline if anything came up. She told me the date she'd be back, and that was that. The date arrives, and I hear my mom knocking on the door downstairs.
I need to pause for 2 seconds. I think I accidentally locked my child out. He's back from trick-or-treating, so give me a second. I told them the door was unlocked, and I don't think that it is.
In the meantime, since I can't actually see if any of you are on the other channel watching, I can only see the chat from my personal channel. I can't actually see if there's anybody else actually watching on the other channel. So if you're here, hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining. We like when people actually join our lives and interact. So if you hear something you want to chime in about with one of these stories, feel free to chime in. And again, if you're catching this on YouTube after the fact, if you were on our live with us, you too could have chimed in about these stories. But luckily, you have the chat, the comment section down below that you can comment on about any of these stories. We do want to hear your 2 cents.
All right, I'm going back to my live, bud. Did you have a good time? Hey. And yes, for right now he is. Sorry about that. My child needed to be let back in. Go.
All right. So, just because it was kind of chaotic there at the beginning, I'm going to start from the beginning.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm just going to be fixing my thing for a second, so go ahead and can read.
Okay.
I just can't have the felt touching my ears. It feels weird.
I mean, fair. When I was around 12, my mother had to go out of town for a bit, and she left me home alone for a few days. She refused to give me a mobile phone because she figured she could just call me on the landline if anything came up. She told me the date she'd be back, and that was that. The date arrives, and I hear my mom knocking on the door downstairs, calling my name. My dog, who loved her, got excited when she heard her voice and ran down ahead to greet her. She got to the door, freaked the hell out, and ran back upstairs to me. I refused to go down and open the door. The phone started ringing, and the knocking stopped. I picked up the phone to hear my mom say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I have to stay one more day here. I'll head home tomorrow."
Is that the end?
I mean, I don't remember what TLDR means.
That's breakdown.
Too long didn't read. Something pretended to be my mom. Didn't fool the dog, though.
That's freaky. But then
I've had
again,
experiences with that too.
yeah, we've had experiences with mimics too, where they sound like there's somebody calling us, like your mom or something, or for you, your husband, and then when you run down there, they're not there.
Yeah. It's a weird experience. For me, I was home alone, and I knew I was alone. Isaiah was at work, and I'm just hanging out upstairs, doing some stuff on my computer, and I distinctly hear Isaiah call me from downstairs.
Yeah.
He just calls up to me like it's any other day, and I'm like, did he Uber home? I'm confused.
Right.
But I mean, we know enough about mimics that I didn't respond right away because it was weird. And logically I knew he's not home.
That's when you text him and be like, are you still at work? Just to ease your mind, you know?
I mean, I technically stepped outside of my office and stared down the hall just to see. I didn't see anything, and that's when I texted him, hey, how's work? And he responds back going, hey, it's pretty busy. Sorry I haven't been able to message. And I'm like, that's what I needed to know.
Right. All right, so mine's called The Ghost of the Stanley Hotel.
Ooh,
right.
Goal location for us.
I know, and hopefully we'll be able to get there next summer because it's only up in Colorado.
It's really not that far.
All right, the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, has been around for more than 100 years and was built as a posh getaway for the wealthy seeking solitude in the mountains. As the years passed, however, occupancy declined, and by the 1970s, the Grand Hotel had fallen into disrepair. It was around that time that famed author Stephen King spent the night there and was inspired to write the book, The Shining. The book and blockbuster. The book and blockbuster film helped return the Stanley to its former glory. Now, guests come in droves to see the hotel that inspired one of the scariest horror movies of all time.
So true.
Given its history, it should come as no surprise that many visitors report strange happenings. Aware of the ghost rumors, Texas resident Henry Yao booked a last-minute getaway in April of 2016 to check it out. After arriving, Yao had dinner, then wandered around the Stanley to take photos. Stopping at the staircase, he waited for people to clear the area, then took a picture thinking nothing of it. Later that night, however, Yao fell asleep ill. I felt really sick. I had the shivers. I was like, something's really wrong, he tells Today.com. His companion suggested he go to the emergency room, but Yao refused. On the trip home, Yao began swiping through his photos he'd taken when he discovered what he said was a really, really strange image of someone standing on the stairs. Except no one had been there. The next day, he posted the photo on Instagram, half joking that he'd captured a ghost, and the world took notice. Almost overnight, Yao found himself in the limelight with his ghost picture, warranting attention from global media outlets and paranormal experts who wanted to examine the photo. Some experts say that there's two ghosts, and other people say that the reason I got sick is because the ghost was trying to materialize, taking energy out of me, he said. There's so many theories about this. And what does Yao think? I have no idea, he says with a laugh. The end.
Mm-hmm. You see, every paranormal investigator wants that experience.
Exactly. Yes, I would die for a photo of a ghost or to catch them on film, materialize, use the doing the EVP and have it be like,
You're gonna die.
I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
please,
exactly.
kill me.
Like, cool. When's it coming? I'm like, every paranormal
Tell me
investigator
more.
wants that experience.
Oh, yeah.
Why does it feel like it happens to people that don't want it?
Because they're not looking for
Or
it. So
who are looking for it.
it's because they're not looking for it. The ghosts are like, nah, I don't want to show myself to them. They're looking for me.
Right? Like, just show yourself to me. It's fine. It's what I want.
Right?
At least come scratch me or something. Give me something.
Exactly. All right.
And he just gets thrown into the limelight. It's like, throw me into the limelight.
Right? God, one can wish. All right, Chris,
Right.
your turn. Give it to me.
All right. When I was growing up, I was tight with this girl named Lisa. We grew much closer as teenagers. Anyway, we wised up a little and went our separate ways when it was time for college. A few years passed and I had moved on. One night, I got up to pee. I didn't bother to turn on the lights. I was washing my hands and glanced in the mirror. There she was. Lisa was standing in the doorway behind me. Yeah, didn't expect it to go that route, did you?
Nah.
I
Nope.
heard the echo of her voice. She told me that she still loved me and always would. She then turned and walked out of sight. I feel like I know where this is going.
Her friend died.
Yep. I stood holding onto the sink for a moment. My heart was pounding in my chest. I calmed myself down and decided it had just been a dream. I tried to go back to bed. My pillow smelled like her. She could have been in the room seconds ago. I lay back down, and as I drifted off to sleep, I felt her warm, familiar presence against my back. The next morning, there was no sign of her. No scent. No indent in the covers. I wrote it off as a dream. I got a call from my mom later that day. She told me Lisa had died a few days earlier. He had been killed by her boyfriend. He got drunk and angry, and he hit her, and that was that. I guess she stopped by to see me one last time, to say goodbye before she moved on. Here's to you, Lisa, 20 years later, and you're still the only woman I ever truly loved.
Damn. Hang on.
Please excuse me as I pick at my eyes because my allergies are still flaring.
Right? All right. So my turn. It's always there's a lot of stories of people with family members or loved ones that just show up.
It's a tale as old as time. I've had that experience. I don't know if you have. Have you?
The only thing I can remember is when Granny died and I smelt roses. Then I swear I heard a woman whisper in my ear, but I have no idea what they said.
I do remember you saying that now.
Yeah.
No, I've had the experience of a dead family member just showing up. My mom's had that experience.
Yeah.
I won't tell her story. But
Right.
that would be her story to tell if she wanted to.
Right. All right. So my next one is the Lizzie Borden house.
It's another dream location of mine. I want to go.
Right. But that one's in Massachusetts, so that's a little harder to get to.
It's a little further away.
All right.
Not as bad as the Conjuring house, though. The place is out in, like, Maine.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. On August 4th, 1892, Andrew and his wife, Abby Borden, were found brutally murdered in their Fall River, Massachusetts home. Though murder wasn't uncommon in the late 1800s, the fact that they were bludgeoned to death with an axe and the main suspect was their 32-year-old daughter, Lizzie Borden, certainly was. The crime and trial that followed made headlines around the world. Lizzie was ultimately acquitted of murder, but she remains forever linked to the heinous killings, as does the home where the crime was committed. Now a bed and breakfast and museum, the Borden home attracts history buffs and thrill seekers who come to see for themselves if rumors that the house is haunted are indeed true. When I started working here, it was more of the history. I really didn't care about the paranormal. Suzanne St. John, a realtor and tour guide at the Lizzie Borden house, tells Today.com. However, all changed after St. John says she experienced a few unusual happenings of her own. Guests tell us they hear laughing and playing in the middle of the night. Things get moved around, she says, and St. John has experienced a few unusual things herself, saying that once she discovered toys scattered across a room that no one had been in. St. John also talks of a picture that fell over and slid 2 feet across the floor without any plausible explanation, as well as a closet door that once opened on its own volition. On the eve of the anniversary of Andrew and Abby's murder, St. John says that she and 2 other tour guides at the house felt a sudden, sharp, piercing pain in their left eye, the exact same location of Andrew Borden's fatal injuries. Perhaps the most unsettling, however, is the story St. John tells of a tour guide at the Lizzie Borden house who asked her group to silence their cell phones before beginning the tour. Moments later, a guest's cell phone rang. She looked up and said, "It's my mom." The tour guide asks if she wants to leave and take the call, to which the woman replied, "She died 2 years ago." That's literally the end. Freaking creepy, right?
I want to know more about this phone call.
Right?
I probably would have answered and asked, which direction did you go? Like, obviously it's a long distance call. The least you can do is answer.
Just calling collect. Okay.
Oh, no, I've seen a lot of different videos with the Lizzie Borden house. A lot of different paranormal investigators. I feel like every paranormal investigator pretty well makes their way to the Lizzie Borden house eventually.
Yeah, right?
And it's, from my understanding, it's pretty haunted.
Yeah. I still want to go to Amityville. The
story itself is just kind of weird.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I want to go to Amityville. Apparently, we had to figure out how, and then bribe them to let us buy the house before we're going to be able to investigate it.
Oh, will they not let people in?
Amityville?
Yeah.
I haven't run across any videos of any investigators, content creators being able to investigate there. I'm like, maybe there's some, and maybe it's just not as popular a location. Why? I don't know.
I'll have to look into it. I also want to go to the Winchester house.
The Winchester.
That one's supposed to be, like, possessed by Satan.
Yep, pretty much.
If you don't keep building me, I will kill you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, anyway, continue. It's your turn.
Okay. Not me, but a friend of mine told me about a dream she had years ago about a decrepit old man who was being chased by wolves. In the dream, he kept referring to himself in the third person as Old Skin. Old Skin's got to get away from the wolves. Eventually, the wolves caught up to him and started ripping him to pieces in front of her, and he kept narrating the events in a monotone voice. Old Skin's being eaten alive. Old Skin's gonna die. She woke up feeling creeped out, but the weirdest part came when she started describing the dream to her brother. He stopped her mid-sentence and asked, "Was his name Old Skin?" I had the exact same dream. I don't know if that counts as paranormal, but it's creepy.
Yeah. Dream sharing's a thing that people do sometimes, because the astral plane, everybody's connected. You can technically jump into other people's dreams. We're not going to get into this, but I wouldn't say so much like ghostly paranormal, but yeah, it's considered a paranormal thing. But it's a thing that happens.
It's more metaphysical.
Yeah, that one. Which technically a lot of metaphysics is considered paranormal because
kinda
paranormal
goes
is
hand in
not
hand.
normal.
Yep.
Not of the normal things people do or see.
Yep. So definitely weird. Can't say I've ever done that. I have astral projected before, but that's not what this was.
Right? This was dream walking, which your husband likes to do.
Yeah, that's his ability. He's the one who does that.
Not consciously.
I have no experience in it.
He doesn't do it consciously. He just wakes up and goes, that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he still does that.
Yep. All right, so this one's called The Possessed Doll.
Okay.
When Marty was a child back in the 90s, she tells Monsters Among Us that she was a fan of ventriloquist Edgar Bergen and his dummy sidekick, Charlie McCarthy. She says that when her father came across a ventriloquist doll as he wandered through a small magic shop located outside of Santa Rosa, California, he decided to buy it for her birthday. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, stop mid story because somebody commented. They're just the pictures are like this big. It's so hard to see even on the computer.
I know.
Thank you for the rose. I love that. Anyway, continuing, he buys it for her birthday. While ringing up the sale, Marty says the cashier gave her father weird vibes and said to him, "You know, when you put your hand inside the doll, he's going to come alive." Laughing off the comment, he brought the dummy home to his daughter. According to Marty, she was over the moon when her dad gave. It was just a misspelling, and I literally was just going to read it out loud. I just had to compute for a second. When her dad gave her the doll, saying, "I was so happy when I got that doll. I was obsessed." But before long, strange things began happening. Though impossible because the doll's head was made of hard plastic, she says its expression would change, including his smile. It is that granted education. It's a true story. Hang on. Where was I? Oh, there it is. Worried something would happen to her... Nope. Yeah. Worried something would happen to her precious dummy, Marty's family shut it away in a cupboard most nights. One night, she and her family were awakened by the pitter-patter of steps in the living room. Thinking it was the dog or another family member, they went to look. No one was there except for the doll, who was sitting on the couch. Jen, I thought it was you, but I couldn't see the picture well enough. That's why I kept squinting and getting closer to my screen. I thought that was you, but your picture's literally like this big.
I'm sorry. Hi, Jen. I'm stuck on this friggin' doll.
Right?
I don't like dolls. I don't like them.
Anyway.
I say this knowing I collect them and have too.
They went to go look. No one was there, except for the doll, who was sitting on the couch. We remember specifically we always put it away because I loved that doll so much that I took care of it, Marty says on the podcast. Other strange occurrences began happening. While Marty and her dad were away, her uncle was alone in the house. The uncle says he heard Marty's father calling his name from the living room, even though he wasn't home. When he went to look, he found the doll once again sitting on the couch and no one else. All of our family was pretty much scared of the doll, Marty says. People would start hearing their name being called and we would hear walking at night. So we just decided we needed to get rid of it. Being Mexican and religious, Marty says her parents wanted to burn the doll in case it was demonic. They put it on the grill, and according to Marty, it wouldn't burn.
Or
This
you could go
doll,
to the classic, salt it first and then burn it in its own grave.
this doll would not go up in flames at all, whatsoever. They tried cutting it up with a knife, but were unsuccessful. Finally, they threw it in the trash can. After the garbage was collected, Marty's dad went to retrieve the bin. In it, the doll. To rid themselves of the dummy, they dug a hole in the backyard, filled it with cement. Marty and family have long since moved away, but she says that they still think about that doll and the possibility that eventually it finds one of us.
Right? I'm like, it's technically still there. Just because it's in cement doesn't mean it's not slowly chipping away at that cement builds out. I would have picked a random address on the other side of the country and mailed it to them.
I was going to say, I would have just given it away to somebody on the road.
Oh, God, no. They could still be too close. I want it on the other side of the country. Unless the Vatican accepts presents.
You, Jen, and the store were all burn it with fire.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Holy fire.
Right.
Need some blessed oil and then just douse it in the thing and
Flames.
like, absolutely not. Again, I say this. Oh, you can't see it on the camera. And if I stand up, no, I don't want to stand up.
I take it you're not wearing any pants?
Well, I am, but it's gonna my like short.
We're podcasting. We don't have to worry about what's from here down.
Right? This guy here, which if you've seen one of our previous videos,
Look, it's
you've
your
met
boyfriend.
Andy here.
Hi.
This guy's been causing some trouble.
Oh, has he?
He has.
Oh, what's
Isaiah
he
and I
doing?
can basically confirm he's been causing some trouble. So far, it's just more of a chaos thing, not really evil.
Listen.
One of the most recent things that he did, and this all happened after we took him downstairs for the Halloween party.
Okay.
And then I forgot to bring him back up, so he was just hanging out downstairs. Like,
Jen says to remember the veil is thin tonight, so expect more activity.
as long as he's in my office, he doesn't do anything, which is the weird part.
It's because we warded it, didn't we?
No. But it's where I have my altar.
That's fair. See, she can't
So
do
I assume
anything.
it has something to do with my altar.
She can't do anything because the door to leave this place is covered in runes. The door, the frame, all of it's in like glow paint, covered in runes. So she can't do anything in the main part of my house. I did that on purpose for this room for that reason.
Well, see, here's the fun part. Because we warded Isaiah's office.
Mm-hmm.
The other night, Isaiah was in his office. I think he was playing games or studying something. I was downstairs, dorking off. I was probably on TikTok. It's where I live.
Same.
And so, but I hear Isaiah come down the stairs. And it's Isaiah. He can be kind of loud. He's going to announce himself after he gets down the stairs. Isaiah comes down the stairs and just stands behind the couch for a minute, just kind of doing these shifty eye glances. And I look over and I'm like, what's up? Apparently, he thought that I had gone upstairs, stood behind him, put my hands on his chair and everything, like I normally do when I go to check on him, see what he's doing, etc. I just go stand behind him, I put my arm on his chair. Like, and he even saw a shadow across the wall, like the light from behind me from the hall casting a shadow on the wall. He saw all of it. I was there. No, I wasn't.
Andy was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But ever since we've put him back in my office, been quiet.
That's funny. That's funny.
Sorry, we just finished telling a doll story, so I had to tie in what's been going on with this little stinker.
Jen says she hates when that shit happens.
Right? It drives me nuts.
And this is the point in which I say, we look forward to this. That's why we're into this.
We do.
Chris
We do.
says that he's like, oh no, it's terrible. But on the inside, he's going, please tell me I can catch it on camera.
Right? That's my one stipulation. If you're gonna act demonic, be willing to do so on camera. His hands aren't long enough.
Jen says she took a video of Cinder, which is her dog, the other night, and there were some huge orbs in the around. The house was built in the 1900s. She doesn't go in the basement. Period. The end. No basement.
The basement does not exist.
Right?
What I'm hearing is she needs us to come visit.
Yes, we need to go in her basement with all of our stuff and just sit there and do a thingy.
All night.
She says yes in all caps. Yes.
And then she doesn't, she never hears us come back up the stairs in the morning, so she goes to check on us, and we're like rocking back and forth in the middle of the room.
Oh, she wouldn't go down and check on us. She'd look down the stairs and go, huh? The basement got them. Shuts the door. We miss you too. It's been too long.
Mm-hmm. It has been too long.
She says she'll send Brian down the stairs to come for us. All right.
Go make sure they're alive.
Right? Go. Shoo shoo.
Okay.
Go down there.
It was my turn. Yeah, you
Yes.
just finished telling the doll story.
Yeah. Her dead eyes are going to stay on camera. She just wants to stare at everybody.
I mean, I'll probably pull Andy back over when you're talking, but it's hard to like read off my phone and have him sitting here at the same time.
Right?
All right. I saw my deceased ex-husband in my kitchen. I was watching TV in my living room in the middle of the day and kept hearing this sound, like someone was jiggling their change around. And it was loud, as if it were in the room with me. I paused my TV, yet the sound persisted. So I started to look around the room, and when I got to the kitchen, I saw him standing there. He was looking around as if taking stock of my apartment. Oh, and he was jiggling change in one hand while flipping a quarter in between his fingers with the other hand. Something he did a lot when he was alive. He turned his head and saw me frozen staring at him. The expression on his face I knew I would never forget. His eyes got huge, and he kind of tilted his head forward with the expression like, "You can see me?" I don't know how long we stared at each other for, but I turned away when I started to hear my cat ripping up the carpet again in the other room. Anybody who owns a cat knows that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
We loved them, but not their claws.
Right.
When I turned back to my ex, he was gone. It's worth noting that he had only been dead for a couple of months, too. Some Romanian women I worked with told me that the dead stick around for 3 months before crossing over. I don't know about all that, but I know without a shadow of a doubt what I saw that day.
Ooh, that's creepy. Landon's back. He says he has more tea from the spirits.
Ooh.
I was just waiting for you to get done with your story.
Sorry.
I know that is. Jen says, aw, he was home and checking on her. That's sweet. It is.
It's actually a really sweet story.
That one is,
Some
I agree.
People are like, oh, that's so creepy. And I'm like, no, that's actually really sweet. I like that one.
I wouldn't doubt that she sobbed after that, after he vanished.
I would have.
Yeah, same. So.
I'm like, I like stories like that. And I absolutely believe it. Again, that falls under that same category. If I've had dead family members visit me before, I do also I do believe that they probably stick around for a little while immediately after their death, but I also kind of theorize. Let me say theorize because it's not necessarily a full belief, but I theorize that if you've done X amount of rotations on Earth and have learned a certain amount of what you're supposed to learn, that you kind of gain more perks to the afterlife and can start visiting anytime you want.
Landon says that his door opened by itself, so did his sister's, and something came running out of her room.
Oh.
Creepy, right?
Big something, small something, animal something.
Have I told the story on here about sitting in the front room with my friend watching a movie and my locked front door opened? We were watching a horror movie too. That was scary though. Like the door just like...
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember if you've told it on here, but I know the story.
Jen says that her dad visited a couple of times and she saw her grandma before she was even told that she had passed away.
Yeah.
Sorry, changing the eyes to she's and stuff, it just kind of tripped me up. Like, for like a second there, I went...
Well, like, before my grandma passed, I had my grandpa sitting in my back seat, and that was... I knew that she was, by the end of the day, was gonna be gone.
Landon says that his mom also saw somebody lying by his dad in the bed, and that she had seen someone walk in the kitchen. See, this is what I mean. I'm tripping myself up.
No.
Jen can talk in third person if it helps. Exact message she sent.
I actually used to talk about myself in the third person all the time. Used to drive my grandma nuts.
I talk about myself in the third person occasionally. I'll be sitting there trying to find something and I'll be like, well, Amber's a dumbass today.
Back to Landon's thing. The people.
Yes.
How do they see them? Is it like shadow spirit? Is it there's just an indentation there? Is it like I'm staring at you? Is it like a glimmer? Or is it just more of an instinct thing? Because I don't actually see spirits. I have before, but I don't actually see spirits.
Landon says that his mom says it was like a humanoid figure.
Okay, so probably...
Jen also talks about herself in the third person, too.
I feel like it's something we just all kind of do.
Right? Jen doesn't see them. She can feel them from time to time.
That's what mine is. The best way I've been able to find to describe it is you've all seen the Deadpool movie, like with what's his face, Ben Affleck, and just that echolocation thing that like Daredevil does.
That's the Deadpool. That's the Daredevil movie, not the Deadpool movie.
I said Deadpool, didn't I?
You did. I was so very freaking confused. I know.
Ben Affleck, Daredevil.
That's why I was
2000s.
really confused, because you were like the Deadpool one with Ben Affleck. I was like, there's not a Deadpool with Ben Affleck. What are you doing?
No, there's not. But it's like
Landon says that his dad, when he was using the restroom, also saw a shadow moving in the reflection.
In the mirror?
Have I told you guys the story about how I passed through a step stool?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I told that on here.
I'm pretty confident that one you haven't told on here before.
Speaking of bathroom situations, there was a step stool in my bathroom doorway, and I was walking backwards talking to my mom and dad. I turned, walked into the bathroom, went to shut the door, and there was a step stool there. No idea how I got around it. I should have tripped over it. I didn't. It was blocking the whole door. I didn't do some ninja move to like flip around it or anything. I just walked through it. Yeah. And these are things that are the reason why we are into the paranormal.
Little things that have built up over time and made us who we are now.
Jen goes, talent?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
See, Amber secretly knows how to access the Matrix.
They'll
Suddenly
hear
we
you.
never see Amber again.
I was going to say, they'll hear you, Chris.
No CIA agent in my microphone.
Right? But no, seeing something in your mirror is creepy.
That's weird. I mean, I've seen and experienced a lot of things in my life, but that one still creeps me out.
Yeah, right? Jen says, so that's how you're all traveling here. Yes, it is. Because we all know we can't afford to fly over there. Oh, the monies. All right, is it my turn? I think it's my turn.
Yep. Your turn.
All right, this one's called Andy. The Imaginary Friend. Jen says, cover the mirror, place it away, don't face it towards a window or a door frame. Mm-hmm. Yes, because you don't want the thing in there to escape. Anyway, it's the bathroom mirror, so I think it's attached to the wall anyway.
Could still cover it.
Right? All right. Jacqueline from Oklahoma says that while her memories have faded over the years, she recalls having an imaginary friend when she was young. Her grandparents, Granny Junie and Pa Hank, lived in a small home with a quiet backyard. Jacqueline recalls visiting them as a child. I have very good memories of my Pa Hank, Jacqueline says on the podcast Monsters Among Us. Again. He would sit under the tree with me and tell me stories. The stories were often about his life and memories of prohibitions, she said. He was actually a very interesting character. The only problem? Her grandfather died in 1981, and Jacqueline was born in 1982. I don't think I ever realized that I was getting stories from a ghost, she says, adding that the rest of her family knew of his presence in the house. My Granny Junie would never stay in the house on the anniversary of his death. She says he did die in the house. Jacqueline also recalls hearing Pa Hank get up in the middle of the night when she was staying at the house. It never occurred to me that these were memories of an entity, she said. In hindsight, Jacqueline says that even though her childhood imaginary friend was actually her dead grandfather, it casts a different light because it was a relative and not a stranger. It never felt like ghosts. It felt like talking to my Pa Hank. It was sad.
That's one of those kind of sweet ones.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's sad. Jen says, correct. My mother taught me that. Hers was attached and she took it down, ripped the screws out.
Yeah. I mean...
Right? Wow is definite. Right?
Yeah, I don't really have anything to share about that one. That one was just kind of... I mean, strange, weird, but sweet.
Right? Yeah, it's like he stuck around to know his granddaughter.
Yeah. Alright. We ready?
I'm ready. Oh, yeah?
We used to live in a battered women's and children's shelter when I was young. Because my father was looking for us. Ugly divorce. Alabama gave him custody. Mom took us to Washington. One night, I looked in the mirror and saw a hairy demon looking back at me. I screamed and cried and ran to get my mom, who assured me it was a normal mirror. But that night, a kind-looking man, whom I can only describe as a ghost, appeared at the end of my bed. He was there all night, but gone when I woke up in the morning. Then, the next night, and the next night. He was only there He was there every night for 4 months. We never talked. He never moved. Just stood guard. Then, one night, he woke me up from my sleep, and I'll never forget how surprised I was because I'd never seen him move or talk. He said, "He's coming. Get out now." So we packed up the car and left for a hotel for the night. The next morning, we went back to find out someone had broken in and gone room to room looking for someone. I never saw him again after that night.
At least the mom listened to the kid.
Right? That could have gone so bad.
That could have, yeah.
Can you imagine imagine you're the ghost and you just spent the last 3-4 months standing guard. Now's your time, and the mom doesn't listen.
Right? Jen says, wow, he was protecting them. He was, yeah. And I'm just glad that the mom listened to the kids, because some parents wouldn't. They'd be like,
yeah,
it was just a dream, sweetheart. Go back to bed. He's not going to get us.
Right?
And then everything would have went.
Yeah, would have gone bad.
Yeah.
Like, I love those guardian angel ones. They're so good.
Right? You know why I never see my guardian angel? He's too busy drinking Jack and ignoring that I exist because of my dumb mistakes. Anyway.
You're the reason for his therapy?
I gave my guardian angel therapy. I gave my guardian angel trauma.
Yeah.
Yes, mine is with yours, Jen. I'm pretty sure Chris's is there too.
Yeah.
All right. So my next story is called The Ghost Kidnapper.
I'm intrigued.
On Monsters Among Us, a caller named Joe tells of moving to Georgia from California in the late 1990s. She's in my way. I can't lean close to the microphone because her hair gets in my mouth. Soon after, he says his brother followed him to the Peach State and rented an old house built in the 1800s. It looked nice from the outside. It did not feel good from the inside, Joe says during the podcast. According to Joe, things seemed off from the moment he helped his brother move into the home. I walked into the house and went, oh man. The hair stood up on the back of my neck and I just felt ill at ease, like this place isn't cool at all, he says. Right? Moments later, while carrying items into the bedroom, Joe says he heard whispering. A heated whispering, almost an argument between two people that seemed to be hovering in the top of the ceiling area of the room, he adds. Joe ran out of the room and asked his brother if he'd felt something off about the house too. His brother had picked up on the vibe, but assured Joe that things would be all right. As long as you're good, Joe says he told his brother. I'm not good, but I'm going to help you. I'm going home, and I probably won't be coming back here. And sure enough, Joe's brother began experiencing unusual occurrences in the house. The most alarming, however, was when Joe says his young niece was found wandering alone on a busy road with her hand up in the air. Police and other agencies were called to investigate the incident, and when asked, his brother's 4-year-old explained that she'd gone for a stroll with the old lady that lives here. She just wanted to go for a walk, so we went for a walk. Given that the front door was too heavy for a 4-year-old to open by herself, no one could understand how she was able to leave the house. According to Joe, his niece said the old lady opened the door, then we petted the dog for a little bit, then we went for a walk. She was so genuine and honest at 4 years old that he couldn't call her a liar, Joe said during the podcast. Soon after, his brother moved and never returned.
Yeah.
She says that house almost reminds her of the one. Jen says that house reminds her of the one that she's living in right now. She'll message me later about it. So.
Okay.
Or us.
Mm-hmm.
Us later. Yeah, no, that's creepy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
I mean, it's one of those ones where it's like, maybe it was an innocent ghost just trying to enjoy some time with the child.
She's saying bye. She's moving back to the other side of the desk. She keeps getting in my way.
Goodbye. But
one of these days, I'm going to wake up and she's going to be sitting on my chest in my room and she's going to be like, I'll show you in the way.
Mm-hmm. That's just creepy. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Alright. This one says, not creepy, but kinda cool. My mother split and transplanted a rose bush from my grandfather's farm about 40 years ago. It took, but never bloomed. At that point, she only kept it because it grew into the fence nicely and kept us kids from climbing it. My grandfather died about 5 years after she transplanted it, and that spring, it bloomed red roses. A few years after that, my grandmother died, and the spring after, it bloomed white roses. These are the only 2 years it has ever bloomed.
Honey, you didn't transplant a rose bush. You transplanted a death plant.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yep. Every time
one of these years
blooms, a family member died.
I was gonna say one of these years it's gonna bloom and they're gonna scramble and be like, who died? Who's dead?
Yeah. That's exactly
sound off.
What happened.
That is pretty nifty, but it's still kind of creepy. That is pretty cool. I will admit that it is pretty interesting. All right. I hate this thing. I like it, but I hate it. The headphones pull on it, so it's always hard to move. Excuse me. Stone's Public House. Considered one of the most haunted restaurants in America, Stone's Public House in Ashley, Massachusetts doesn't have a ghost problem. It has ghosts problem. Multiple.
Oh, plural.
Yeah. I was trying really hard. I was like, not a ghost problem, a ghosts problem. Mm-hmm. Multiple. Janet Morazzini, that's the first time I've had to really think about how a name was pronounced, a longtime resident of Ashland, is the bartender and manager of Stone's Public House, which was built by John Stone back in 1832.
Wow.
That's old. Sorry, something's stabbing me in the back.
That's pushing 200 years old.
Yep. According to Morazzini, even before she began working at the inn, she heard stories of the ghost of a young boy roaming the halls of the restaurant, which once served as an ad hoc hospital. An ad hoc hospital? It's literally AD space HOC.
I'm sure it means something. I'm not sure what those mean, but...
During the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. It makes sense, Morazzini tells Today. That's where they would quarantine all the sick people, she explains. Apparently, quite a few souls have passed just due to that. The inn is also the site for other untimely deaths, including that of a young girl who was struck and killed by a train while she was playing near the railroad tracks bordering the property. According to Morazzini, a father and son visiting the inn stepped outside the restaurant to watch the trains. After coming back inside, Morazzini overheard the father reassuring his young son that there wasn't anyone else outside, despite the son insisting he'd seen a little girl sitting beside them. He's like, she was sitting right next to me. She was crying. You didn't see the little girl? And the dad said, there was nobody there. It was just me and you, buddy, Morazzini recalls. Other ghosts are said to haunt the old inn, including that of proprietor John Stone, who Morazani says didn't actually die there, but is believed to be watching over the place. One night when Morazani was alone at the inn, she says she heard footsteps walking directly above her on the second floor. I was just like, there is no explanation for that whatsoever. I'm leaving, she tells Today. Still, she doesn't believe that the spirits have bad intentions. I've never had that scary hair on the back of your neck gotta get out of the building feeling there. That's the end. It's all over. Goodbye now, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Right?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about that.
Yeah. Yep. Your turn. Now I need to look that place up though, because now it's now added itself to the list of places we need to go.
It's true.
I mean, haunted restaurant, yes, please. Food and ghosts, two of my favorite things.
So true. Oh crap!
Do you have the puzzle piece?
As soon as it loads in, starts counting down before the puzzle ever comes up.
You'll get there.
Oh, okay. We're back, everyone.
Right? I don't know how many
Hello,
more I
everybody.
have. I'm just continuing to go until you tell me that we're done.
I'm one more each, and then I think we call it.
Okay, deal. Unless the one after the next one sounds really interesting, and then I might just be like, no. But we'll see. Let's go.
Fair. All right. I had just gotten done working out in my basement and was too lazy to go upstairs and use my normal shower. So I decided to use the one in the basement. As I was shampooing my hair, I heard a little girl singing outside of the bathroom door. Mind you, I was home alone. I turned the water off and called out to see if anyone was down there, and it stopped. I put the water back on and was rinsing off when it started up again. But this time, it just sounded like humming. I ran upstairs with shampoo still in my hair and never used that shower again.
I mean,
It's creepy.
at least it was outside the
Alone?
bathroom and it wasn't a peeping Tom ghost.
I mean, that's fair. That is a fair statement. But can you imagine being home alone and hearing a little girl just start to sing and hum?
Yeah, no, I don't like little kid ghosts because most of the time they're not actually little kid ghosts.
No. There's that specific age
Oh, yeah, no.
of like 8 to 10. Almost 6 to 10.
I was going to say more like 5 or 6 to 10.
I'm like,
Those aren't ghosts.
that age rate. If a child spirit that age shows up, it's not who you think it is.
Do you have a filter on?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think you can move your eyebrows as fast as it looked like you moved them. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining things. You got like right up there and it looked like your eyebrows were going like this.
I mean, it could have been the pixels.
It could have been. You're right.
I'm like, I don't know.
Or it could be your doll fucking with shit. Anyway,
That's a possibility.
mine's called...
Careful with the language. You're going to get reported again.
It was my turn for the thing. No, see,
Yeah,
it wasn't
I know it was coming.
it wasn't the language. Remember, it was because we were talking about a controversial subject, and somebody got
that's
offended.
Right. Somebody in the live got offended by our completely unbiased opinion.
Unbiased, my ass. Anyway, next story. It's called The Ghost Passenger. In the 1990s, Julie, a resident of Portland, Oregon, was driving out Driving out the city, because they like to skip words. Driving out of the city to meet with friends when she found herself in traffic. The 18-year-old soon discovered that the cause of the slowdown was due to a dreadful car crash, and to her horror, as she passed the scene, she realized that someone had died. I have a story after this about something like that. A moment later, there was a woman sitting in my passenger seat, Julie says. Though she admits it sounds crazy, Julie reports seeing a woman dressed in work clothes seated next to her, and despite being in complete shock, the woman in the passenger seat was even more freaked out. She looked like somebody who just suddenly ended up in somebody else's car, Julie says, of the incident. Panicked, the woman demanded to know how she got there and who Julie was. It was then that Julie noticed the woman had an unearthly quality about her and realized that whoever she'd passed on the side of the road was somehow in the car with her. Ma'am, you need to calm down. My name is Julie and I'm here to help, she told the stranger. Julie later went on to explain to the woman that she'd been in a car accident and somehow ended up in her passenger seat. The woman was stricken. At that exact minute, they passed a clearing in the trees. With some encouragement from Julie, the woman peacefully looked towards the sun, then disappeared. In complete disbelief, Julie pulled over and convinced herself she'd imagined the whole thing. Several days later, however, a story came on the news about a trucker injured in a car accident. Before they finished, they threw a picture up of the woman that was in her car, or in my car, and explained that she had passed away in the accident, Julie says during the podcast. It was unbelievable. It was too much.
That's cool.
Yep. A couple of days ago, while my fiance was on his routes, a semi-truck hit, I want to say it was a pickup truck, and there were 3 bodies on the ground covered in tarps. He was on the phone with me when he saw it, too, so.
Lovely.
Yep.
That's sad.
Yeah, somehow the truck, so the way that it looked is there's like a guardrail, and the semi-truck was in one lane, the pickup truck was in another lane. The semi-truck looks, what he says probably happened was the semi-truck was changing lanes, hit the pickup truck and flipped him over the guardrail. The pickup truck might have been in their blind spot, so.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't remember where it was at. It was either here or in Idaho.
It was somewhere in between.
Yeah, it was somewhere in between. So. But yeah, speaking of seeing dead bodies on the side of the road, do you know in the past 3 years, I have seen 3 cars on fire while driving? Do you know how many I had seen before the past 3 years? 0. Why are there so many combusting cars?
That is a fantastic
Just
question.
sitting on the side of the freeway, just completely engulfed in flames. Like, so much so that I could feel the heat in my car driving past. I'm like, whoo! That's toasty.
Yeah. Well, and there's been a lot of stories about vehicles just catching fire.
Yeah. Yeah. No idea what in the world that was all about.
Like, it ain't that hot.
No. But yeah, so.
Anyways, did you have anything else you want to share?
No, the next one says the ghost nanny, and it didn't sound as interesting as I was hoping. If it was about another doll, I absolutely would have read it because I love watching you get super creeped out about the dolls.
It's a weird thing to have an ick about when I have dolls I collect.
Right? That's great.
So, anyways, if you're here on the live with us, thank you for joining us. Shout out in the chat. If you're catching this on YouTube,
where were you?
Where were you? We keep inviting you, but you never come.
Right? I still need to figure out how to go live here and on YouTube at the same time.
I'm sure there's a program.
There is. The last program I looked, it was $89 a month, and I went,
Boo.
yep. So, I have to find something. But anyway.
But anyways, again, back to YouTube.
Yes.
Thank you for at least joining us on YouTube. Be sure to join our live next time. We go live pretty much every week.
On TikTok. And I always link our TikTok, our Instagram, and our X in the description.
Never really posted to our X, though.
Yeah, no, I never go there. I can't even change the app, by the way, so we're stuck as Chris and Amber A1.
Yeah.
I can't change it. I can't edit anything. I have no idea what's going on with that platform. I gave up on it. But it's still there.
I don't blame you. It's there.
We have it.
Don't really post there.
Right? But we are very active on TikTok, and I do try to post some photos on Instagram when we get some really nice ones from some of our investigations. Speaking of, I need to post one later because I have a really pretty picture I want to put on there.
Good. We also post anything that goes onto TikTok generally goes onto like the Instagram reel as well. And YouTube Shorts.
It goes on YouTube Shorts. I've stopped putting them in the Reels. I really need to start doing that again. You're right. But yeah, if we post it on TikTok, it always ends up on YouTube. So all of the shorts on YouTube are the same as TikToks. But if you're wanting to see the live, you gotta catch us up on TikTok. Well, anyway, like, subscribe, comment, share. Get our names out there. We're having a fun time, and we want more people to enjoy us. To join.
Share us.
Yes.
Don't gatekeep us. Share the love.
Because then we could do more.
So much more.
Yeah.
That we want to do. And we need your help to get there so we can start making money off this.
Yep. So then we can start going and actually visiting these places that we always read about, and we're always like, oh, that's so nice. I want to go there. Then we'll be able to actually go there.
I mean, can you imagine for a moment me and Amber playing hide and seek at the beginning of an investigation in an insane asylum?
We would.
We absolutely would. We'd probably go more the route of Marco Polo, just because Marco Polo wouldn't take quite as long.
It's true, and whoever's hiding would probably be like silently crying but refusing to get out of their hiding spots.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Right?
These are the types of videos we want to bring you. Share us so we can.
Yes. Because come on.
On that note,
we're funny.
No, go ahead. We're hilarious.
We're hilarious.
But we can be serious and bring you the truth during these investigations.
You did see those two things don't have to be
synonymous.
Yeah. They can go together. We can bring you the truth in a very funny way.
Well, see, but we're on a podcast funny, and there's we're joking around because we're scared out of our minds funny.
Right? Speaking of, if you're here now, go to our YouTube. We posted a Halloween special today. It's an hour and 22 minutes. I think it is the longest video from an investigation I have ever made and posted.
It is a good one.
It's a good one. We froze our tushies off. We no longer have. We are no longer fat bottom girls. We are flat asses now because we froze them making that video for you guys. I was having such a hard time keeping a straight face that whole time.
What she's saying is jump over to our YouTube and watch the video.
Yeah.
It's really good. I promise.
It is, and it's funny. And Oh, before we go, I do have to bring up that we were talking about like paranormal things that have happened to us. And see, we had a whole video planned. I was planning on posting. It wasn't anything super exciting. It was literally just a Ouija board session at my house, and we were introducing it to my 10-year-old because he has been pestering me for years to use the Ouija board. So we're like, hey, we're going to film it. The first time ever using the equipment that we have right now, and we've had it for a minute, the sound didn't catch. Entirely silent video.
Which is entirely possible that it's my fault. I may have pushed a button as I shoved the thing down into my pocket.
No, it was when he plugged it in, because remember it was already running. I heard him plug it in and then silence. He thinks that it probably didn't get plugged in all of the way. So we're gonna do test runs now and make sure that once everything's up and running, do like a 5-second video, then play it back and make sure it picks up sound.
Well, we've started doing that. We already do that with our investigations. I think the difference here is that we were trying to get this up and going too quickly. And it would have been easy enough to just not push something in all the way if you're in a hurry. So,
yeah, just the tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels.
I'm like, you still have the video. Just do a voiceover on it for just your personal records. What's going on here as narrated by Amber?
Right? Yeah, but then we didn't catch that cool moment when Dante was all like, so I can ask if it's going to possess me? And everybody in the room went, no! All at the same time. That was literally the best part of that entire video.
Dante had some sort of guardian angel that came down, and because of that went, no.
It was great. It was literally the best thing. We've got a whole bunch of people outside of frame, just there, because it was a little party. Dante's like, can I ask if it's going to possess me? Everybody, no.
No.
It was a choir. We were the singing ghost. No.
Yeah. And for any of you going, a 10-year-old to a Ouija board, we were very, very careful.
Listen.
We've been doing this a long, long time.
Yeah.
And he was under very strict rules. He had to take a written test before we could even let him touch the planchette. It's fine.
Not to mention that, but that kid has been asking since he was like 4. They've been sitting on my bookcase, and he keeps going, can I do the Ouija board with you? And I'm like, no.
No.
Can I do the Ouija board with you? No.
No.
Mom, can we do the Ouija board sometime? No.
Well, see, and the thing is, he's been asking for so long, but that's because our whole paranormal thing we do has been his whole life.
I know, yeah. And I think the funniest argument he had, and the reason that I allowed it, is because he literally had the box when I was setting up for the party, and he goes, you only have to be 8+ to play it. I'm 10. And I'm like, I know, you have to be 21 to drink alcohol, but you can summon demons at 8 years old. And he goes, what?
Yeah. Like, child.
Down hilarious moment right there. Yeah. He's still pestering me to come on our adventures with us, and I have no idea how old I need to let him be before we can.
Well, see, that depends on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like Benson Grist, we could probably do as early as 12, 14. I mean, you're the mom.
Oh, I know. But I'm going to be honest with you. My biggest concern is what is it? Community violations. Putting a child in danger.
You are absolutely correct, and in that sense, 18.
Yeah. Yup. Speaking of, though, I think next year I'm going to take him to a haunted house. I think it's time to traumatize him.
Oh, God.
Maybe it'll scare the want to go with us.
I remember my first time to a haunted house. I was not okay. I was trying to pull my dad towards every emergency exit sign I saw. His tears just streaming down my face. I hated it. Hated it. Proceeded to have nightmares for the next 6 months afterwards. I hated it.
And see where we are now.
Bueno. I'm like, I still remember my first scare walking inside there because it was when the March of Dimes was still a thing. But I remember we go in, we pay, and then we're suddenly going through a graveyard and there's the eerie fog everywhere. But it's that early, like, you're not going to get those jump scares right at the beginning. So it's just like create the atmosphere before you go into the next room. But like halfway through this, we came to like this stone archway and this gargoyle just bumps down in front of me and just screams.
Did you wet yourself?
I peed, I screamed, I cried.
I'm so excited for this, and I'm bringing you with me because if he escapes me, you're gonna have to run and chase him down. Because we all know he's gonna run.
You wanna bet? I bet he latches hold and becomes somebody's leg.
I told you about my first haunted house experience. I was a teenager. I was a teenager.
8.
Oh, your dad must have. Oh, he wanted to traumatize you.
Loved every second. Loved it.
Oh, believe me, I'm gonna laugh. I'm probably gonna scream too because I'm still terrified of haunted houses, but I'm gonna laugh.
See, you and me taking him, as long as we don't run into another Pennywise, he'll be fine. But that night, we came face to face with the honest-to-God Pennywise in that haunted house. I probably would have sacrificed Dante to him to get away.
That's still my favorite freaking memory. When we came, I don't know how in the hell we got separated from every other living soul in this haunted house. It was just us.
5 minutes either direction.
Yep.
Which never happens.
Oh, they took advantage so hard. We were alone and they took advantage so hard. I still remember coming around that corner and just that long hallway and then just the light behind him and you could just see his silhouette and he goes, "Hiya, Georgie." And we were like...
Yeah. We had just come out of that strobe light maze.
It was the one with the crackly electric because that's where we ended up stuck on our knees crying on the ground because that's where we ran back to and we didn't want to keep going because there was other guys down the hall so we were just huddled on the floor just
This guy was Pennywise. Stepped right out of the movie. It was Pennywise. We're staring down that hall and then he just starts doing this weird little run crawl at us, and that's where Amber and I out.
It was literally
and ran back down the hall.
It was literally the Pennywise run. He was doing that like...
It was horrifying.
It was hilarious. Now it's hilarious. I know, no. And the greatest part is that we had to go back, and he was still there, and I think Chris became a snake. He hit the ground and just slithered between that guy's legs.
And they were moving forward. Here's out of nowhere again. I hit the deck, and Army crawled straight between his legs and ran for my damn life. Abandoned Amber.
You did. You abandoned my house.
I was gone.
Absolutely
not.
It's the tear.
Oh, so it was terrifying.
Oh my god, fucking laughing so hard I'm crying.
And this was all just like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
36 years old and I'm peeing myself and army crawling to get away. It was terrifying.
Oh, it was the best experience I've ever had. That'll hold a special place in my heart for all of eternity.
Forever. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that part in our afterlife review, and we're gonna be like, "No, wait, slow it down. You want to see this?"
Yeah, right. We got some popcorn.
Wait,
put that
this is a
motherfucker
good
on
one.
repeat.
Yeah. Like, we don't have time. Oh no, you got time for this.
Listen. I know they have cameras through there, and I know they clipped that footage, and I need it.
Somebody has that exact.
It's
We know it's being recorded.
grown ass man hits the ground and goes between the guy's legs.
I'm like that whole stretch from us running away to coming back to hit the deck and slither. We need all of it.
Yep, we need it all.
That is gold, I promise you. If anybody here
It worked.
knows how to get a hold of that footage from Nightmare on 13th, let's talk. I want that footage.
Right? I was laughing too hard. TikTok thought that I had background music playing, and it's like, I don't know if people can hear you over your background music. I was like, no, honey, I'm just laughing.
Anyways, this has all come after we've already done our hey, like, subscribe stuff. So,
If you stayed this long, you got a funny story out of it.
you did get a good story.
The best story. And I love that. Anybody who worked at Nightmare during that time, if you could get that footage for us, please.
That
We
footage
would
is
love you
gold, I
forever.
promise you.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Alright,
Anyway,
I'm calling it.
yeah.
Thank
Well,
you for joining us.
happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
And you can catch this video on YouTube probably not next week, but the following week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a big thing coming up this weekend that we're going to be doing, and it's going to take a little bit of my time away from editing the small stuff.
Uh-huh.
All right, anyway.
If this weekend goes well enough, we're going to have a couple of videos from this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
And
Anyway.
they know us better this time.
I know, because this is the second time we're going.
Spoiler?
Spoiler. All right. Have a happy Halloween. Peace.